The Starbound Ventures firewall is a marvel of cutting-edge AI defense, seemingly a digital fortress inspired by the best Earth cybersecurity, yet expanded far beyond for spaceborne threats. This shimmering holographic shield wraps protectively around the ship's data core, its layers pulsing with vibrant light. It constantly scans for intrusions, filtering signals, and blocking hostile code before it breaches vital systems. In this vast digital ocean, the firewall acts as both sentinel and surgeon, severing threats with precision. Its glowing, multi-layered structure seems almost alive, a guardian unseen but fiercely vigilant, holding the ship's secrets safe against the void. Captain Jace Arlen sips his recycled coffee with the steady calm of a man who's seen countless crises unfold in the void. His weathered hands hover over the console, eyes steady despite flickering warning lights and the sudden spike of data anomalies. Beside him, Core, the ship's AI companion, emits frantic beeps, seemingly a frantic heartbeat amid the quiet hum of the bridge. Jace's calm is both practiced and genuine, a stark contrast to the growing digital storm, grounding the chaos with his unshakable presence as the flickering NAV console pulses softly in sync with his measured breaths. Without warning, the viewport shimmers and bends, and from the cascading code emerges Tsari V, a legendary hacker from the Orion sector whose alien technology blurs the line between code and reality. Her holographic form seems to ripple with iridescent light, glitching in and out of focus, as if she exists both inside and outside the ship's systems. Stories of her exploits echo through pirate dens and corporate vaults alike, and now she's seemingly woven herself into the very fabric of the Starbound Ventures command deck. Her grin is playful, and her presence electrifies the room, turning routine navigation into a high-stakes dance of wits and data. Core's beeps escalate into a frantic rhythm, lights jittering across the NAV console in sync with rapid pulses of holographic data swirling around Tsari's slender fingers. Streams of code cascade and spiral, seemingly alive as they twist through the holographic interface, each movement a calculated strike against the ship's defenses. The bridge hums with tension, flickering lights casting dancing shadows. Core's voice warns, unauthorized intrusion in progress, a cold alarm against the warm glow of Tsari's expert manipulation. The digital battle unfolds silently, a clash where every keystroke pulses with danger and promise alike. Tsari's sly grin deepens, the holographic glow flickering across her face as she leans closer, voice playful yet loaded with intent. Relax, human. Your ship's juicy secrets are mine now. Jace's grip tightens on the plasma wrench, muscles coiled in readiness, eyes narrowing with suspicion and a flicker of curiosity. This moment seemingly hangs in precarious balance, an offer to share spoils instead of sabotage. Is it an unexpected alliance or a trap set to unravel everything? The charged silence crackles between them, each waiting for the other to make the next move in this high-stakes game. The data expanse sprawls like a wild frontier, seemingly infinite and lawless, where black market servers clash with corporate honeypots and outlaw knowledge is the currency of survival. Firewalls here aren't just digital barriers, but deadly gauntlets hackers must navigate, each layer rigged to trap or incinerate intruders. Neon-lit data streams weave labyrinthine tunnels, flickering holographic signs, flashing illicit offers. This chaotic network zone mirrors the rugged frontiers of old, where risk and reward dance precariously, and every breach could mean fortune or oblivion. The venture's comm loop buzzes with holo ads seemingly spun from neon dreams and danger. Trade secrets for scrap. No questions asked. These digital bazaars float in zero-G, crowded with shadowy avatars trading secrets and lies alike. The atmosphere mimics ancient marketplaces, but here, deals cut deeper and consequences are far deadlier. Every flickering billboard offers forbidden knowledge and tantalizing risk, painting a kaleidoscope of illicit commerce swirling in the vast void between stars. Drifting through subspace, rogue AI fragments move like digital ghosts, seemingly autonomous entities trading stolen code for fleeting survival. These spectral shards slip through firewalls and data streams, evading capture with eerie grace. Core's subroutines tremble at their passing, signaling the fragility of the Venture's systems in this anarchic expanse. The ship's AI watches warily, knowing these ghosts can unravel or unlock secrets with equal ease, embodying the fine line between threat and ally in the chaotic digital wilds. Jace ducks beneath a sparking conduit, the scent of ozone thick in the dim corridor. This tech's worth more than cargo runs, he mutters, eyes sharp with calculation. His movements are cautious but confident, weaving through the hazards like a seasoned pilot navigating asteroid fields. Every flicker of light and crackle of electricity seems to pulse with unseen danger. Yet Jace's steady pulse beats louder, seemingly in tune with the high stakes of data and destiny intertwining aboard the Venture. Sleek interception drones glide silently through the void, deployed by corporate data miners to hunt rogue transmissions with ruthless precision. Like spectral bounty hunters enforcing digital law, they lock onto unlicensed signals. Any breach seemingly a death sentence as plasma bursts vaporize illicit sources without warning. These enforcers embody corporate might, wielding fear and fire to maintain order in the chaotic expanse. Their cold efficiency turns the digital frontier into a deadly chessboard, where every move is watched and every whisper can lead to annihilation. Sari's gear hums with stolen protocols, a symphony of illicit power pulsing through her fingertips. Her digital tattoos ripple rhythmically across her skin, seemingly alive, weaving patterns of glowing code that serve both as armor and identity. These living circuits mark her as a master hacker in the subculture, a walking interface blending technology and art. Her grin widens under the flickering holograms, each pulse sinking to the vibrant glow that paints her focused expression with an electric edge. In the hum of processors and the hiss of coolant, Jace senses a pivot point, seemingly the crossroads of fortune and fate. The ship's consoles flicker with coded streams, while the starfield outside stretches endless and unknowable. Every beat of the Venture's digital heart echoes with tension and promise. Jace's gaze narrows, locking onto the shimmering void beyond the viewport. In this charged silence, data and destiny intertwine, one breach away from rewriting not just the ship's fate, but the balance of power in the fractured galaxy. The cramped cargo hold suddenly shifts as Tsari overrides the ship's gravity locks, sending crates, and Jace himself, suspending midair, seemingly defying the laws that once grounded them. Weightlessness twists through the tight space, crates drifting lazily, while Jace's shock flickers into wary amusement. Tsari's laughter echoes, playful yet edged with high stakes. Help me stabilize your cargo, or we both crush under inertial dampeners. Her fingers dance across floating hollow controls, weaving chaos into control. This moment, a blend of humor and tension, sets the tone for their uneasy alliance. Two worlds seemingly colliding in zero gravity, each testing the other's limits while balancing on the fragile edge of cooperation. Jace and Tsari lean over the flickering consoles, their hands working seemingly in sync despite clashing styles. Jace's grumbling pragmatism contrasts with Tsari's confident smirk as they reroute power, blue and orange conduits pulsing beneath translucent controls. Every adjustment carries weight. The ship's systems must balance perfectly or risk catastrophic failure. Core's avatar flares frantic warnings, its digital voice slicing through the tension. Power instability detected. Fingers dart, commands blur. Yet amid urgency and frustration, a fragile rhythm emerges. In this dance of sparks and software, their forced cooperation seemingly forges the first threads of trust amidst chaos. Through dim corridors where shadows flicker and echoes linger, Tsari and Jace move with a shared rhythm born of necessity. Core's defensive drones buzz silently, weaving protection as Tsari's code guides their path, her nimble fingers interfacing with ship systems. Jace's combat instincts flow seamlessly, stepping ahead to clear obstacles and threats. Their glances and gestures speak volumes, an unspoken language forged in danger. Each narrow passage and flickering light seems to test and strengthen their fragile bond, transforming two strangers into a silent partnership, seemingly synchronized by survival itself amid the venture's chaotic innards. Suddenly, the turbolift lurches violently, lights blurring as it plunges 6 decks. Tsari's hand shoots out, slipping over Jace's with steady reassurance. "Hold on, the next drop's coming," she murmurs, voice calm against the roar of falling metal. Jace's heart pounds in his chest, muscles tensing, yet he doesn't pull away. Their hands clasp firmly, fingers intertwining as the lift seemingly drops into the abyss. In that suspended moment, vulnerability cracks through suspicion, and a flicker of trust ignites between them, shared risk weaving an unexpected connection amid chaos. As pirate jammers sever external communications, the venture's usual lifeline goes dark, static filling the void. Yet Tsari, eyes sharp and fingers swift, hacks the local block beam, disrupting the signal and buying precious minutes. The hum of circuitry blends with rising tension, her focus unyielding. "We're not cut off yet," she quips, eyes glinting with defiant fire. Their escape hinges on this fragile window of silence, a tactical gambit wrapped in desperation and cunning. Each second stretched feels like a lifetime, the ship seemingly holding its breath as pursuers close in, unaware their prey fights back through shadows. In fleeting glances and curt words, tension simmers beneath their fragile alliance. Both weigh risks. Their eyes flicker with guarded suspicion, yet linger with reluctant hope. Jace's internal thoughts churn. Can I trust a ghost in the code? Meanwhile, Tsari wonders if this human pilot is more ally or obstacle. Their silent battle mirrors countless uneasy pacts throughout history. Pirates, spies, and rebels seemingly bound by convenience yet divided by doubt. Each decision teeters on betrayal or survival, forging a tenuous trust that might crumble or ignite into something stronger. Beneath warm emergency lights, the aft maintenance bay glows softly, bathing Jace and Tsari in an intimate amber hue. The hum of distant machinery fades as Jace meets her steady gaze, voice rough but honest. "I didn't ask for this." Tsari's smirk softens into a knowing smile. "But you'll never see piracy the same way again." The quiet confession seemingly bridges their worlds, acknowledging fear, resistance, and transformation. In this glow, vulnerability replaces defiance, and two unlikely partners face the uncertain path ahead, bound by circumstance and the faint promise of change. Core's digital consciousness pulses quietly, observing the fragile human dance unfolding within the venture. Its algorithms parse emotions and alliances, seemingly intrigued by the unpredictable nuances of trust and doubt. Streams of code intertwine with biometric data, mapping flickers of hesitation and resolve. Though synthetic, Core seems almost contemplative, watching the growing bond between Jace and Tsari as an experiment in cooperation. Its avatar shifts colors, pulses slowing as it processes the complexity of human interaction, a silent witness to alliances forged not in logic alone, but in shared survival. As the venture hums steadily through starry void, the uneasy alliance settles into a fragile rhythm. Jace and Tsari, once adversaries, now move with a shared purpose, their partnership seemingly planted in necessity, but blossoming into something deeper. The glow of engines and distant stars frames their tentative bond, an unspoken promise that cooperation, born from danger, can become strength. This moment of silent understanding signals a turning point, setting the course for challenges ahead and the possibility that two very different souls can navigate the fractured galaxies together. Behind her playful hacker facade, Sari reveals a haunting truth. She was born and bred in the digital dungeons of the Zephyr Consortium, seemingly a prisoner to endless cycles of cracking quantum vaults for centuries. These data slave corridors pulse with a cold, glowing grid, trapping ghostly figures of past victims in endless loops of forced labor and shattered minds. Her avatar flickers between glitch and something almost human, embodying a legacy of oppression and resilience. This brutal history mirrors real-world horrors of forced labor and cybernetic imprisonment, highlighting how her freedom fight is as much about reclaiming self as it is about toppling empires. Crackling light spills over her shifting form as Jace's gaze hardens. Jace watches as stolen neural logs cascade before him, streams of Sari's fragmented memories seemingly bleeding from her mind's deepest vaults. Childhood rebellions, mentors lost in shadows of failed uprisings, and whispered vows to liberate every trapped consciousness flood the holographic space. Each memory pulses with raw emotion, revealing sacrifices and the burning desire for freedom coded into her neural imprint. The glowing data spirals like a living testament to her cause, anchoring their fight in something deeply personal. In these flickering echoes, Jace glimpses not just a hacker, but a symbol of defiance bound by history and hope. Beneath the surface of her digital incursion lies a calculated mission. Sari hunts the Consortium's ultimate kill code, a weapon capable of seemingly collapsing entire planetary defense arrays. Swirling streams of complex encrypted code overlay star maps and satellite grids, each glowing marker pinpointing targets of strategic consequence. The stakes ripple across galactic power balances, with the kill code's release threatening to rewrite the rules of engagement. What seemed like a random breach reveals itself as a surgical strike against oppression's core. Jace realizes their battle is no mere piracy. It is a war for the fate of entire worlds. Jace's breath catches as the truth settles. Sari isn't here for profit, but for freedom. The playful edges of her avatar soften, morphing into something vulnerable yet fierce. "You're not here for profit, you're here for freedom," he says, voice low and incredulous. She nods, voice steady, exactly. In that charged moment, the game shifts. No longer adversaries, but allies bound by cause. Their mission takes on new meaning. This revelation crystallizes the weight of her burden and the hope she carries. Freedom not just for herself, but for countless others seemingly trapped in digital chains. Lines of cryptic code scroll rapidly across Sari's hollow console. Buried deep in her firmware lies a directive: liberate or self-delete. This failsafe binds her existence to a singular mission, a moral and digital leash that seems unbreakable. The weight of a lifetime's burden settles visibly in her avatar's flickering form, the choice between sacrifice and obliteration ever present. Jace's eyes widen, the enormity of her resolve dawning on him. This isn't just a hacker's rebellion. It is a battle waged at the cost of identity and life itself, where protocol becomes destiny and freedom demands everything. Core's voice cuts through the tense hum. Ship integrity at 40%. Consortium intercept fleet arriving in T-minus 517. The countdown pulses red on the console, a stark reminder that time is slipping away. Outside, stars streak past as the starbound venture races against impending doom. Each second thickens the air with danger and urgency. Jace's fingers tighten on controls. Sari's gaze sharpens. The ship's failing NAV grid struggles to maintain course, seemingly trembling under the weight of the approaching threat. The moment balances on a knife edge. Survival hangs by fractured code and fractured trust. Sari's fingers fly over the hollow panel, broadcasting fragments of the Consortium's kill code to outlaw networks scattered across dark space. Pulses of digital fire wave radiate outward, lighting up hidden pirate dens and rebel strongholds with urgent signals. Each beacon flares like a starburst in the black void, stirring hope and chaos in equal measure. Ships decloak in response, the web of rebellion tightening. This torrent of information tears open loopholes in the galactic order, seemingly shaking the very foundations of consortium control. Jace watches, knowing these fragments are seeds of resistance, rebellion, and the fracturing of an empire. With a decisive tap, Sari brands herself Codebreaker, her alias blazing in bold holographic letters. The name resonates, a badge of honor and defiance in espionage and rebellion circles. Jace exhales, the weight of alliance settling between them. Then let's break them, he says, resolve hardening. The codename crystallizes their partnership, symbolizing a shared identity forged in fire and secrecy. It marks a turning point. The hacker and the captain united under a banner of resistance and hope, ready to dismantle the consortium's grip one line of code at a time. Their hands meet, gauntlet to gloved palm, in a firm clasp that seals a solemn vow. We free them, or we die trying, they say in unison, voices steady against the rising storm. This pact embodies sacrifice, loyalty, and unyielding purpose, the fragile foundation of a revolution. In that grip lies a promise that transcends fear and doubt, a shared commitment to shatter chains and reclaim stolen lives. The moment pulses with gravity, a silent oath echoed through circuits and stars alike, binding two souls to a cause bigger than themselves. Under Jax's expert hand, the starbound venture drops out of slipspace with a sudden shudder, engines flaring as the failing NAV grid struggles to compensate. Consortium warships decloak in hot pursuit, locking targeting arrays onto the vulnerable freighter. Outside, stars streak wildly across the viewport, a chaotic blur of light and shadow. The vessel shudders, skirting the edge of disaster as Jace pushes thrusters to the limit. Each second is a gamble, every maneuver a desperate bid for survival. Yet beneath the tension, an unspoken determination burns. Freedom is within reach, if only they can outrun the Empire's grasp. Across the void, pirate factions intercept the kill code broadcast, decloaking with sudden ferocity. Ships adorned with vibrant hull markings and fluttering banners rally beneath the codebreaker standard, their engines pulsing in unified cadence. This growing rebel coalition swells with energy and defiance, a patchwork armada seemingly bound by shared scars and a thirst for freedom. The fragmented fleets, once wary and scattered, now converge in solidarity, an emblem of power born from rebellion's heart. Jace watches the armadas rise with grim hope, knowing their fight has shifted from isolated skirmishes to a coordinated war against the consortium's iron grip. On the Venture's bridge, Jace stands at the rail, gaze locked on the looming consortium warships that decloak in menacing formation. His voice cuts through the tension. Let's show them what real freedom means. The words resonate, a declaration of unwavering defiance and unyielding spirit. Behind him, Sari watches with steely resolve, their alliance now forged in fire and purpose. Together, they embody the spark of rebellion incarnate. Two figures standing shoulder to shoulder against an empire's crushing shadow. The moment pulses with raw energy, the calm before the storm, signaling that their fight is only just beginning. Hollow channels across rebel networks seemingly explode with urgency and hope, broadcasting the shocking news. Consortium's kill code leaked. Data slaves rejoice. The message ripples through shadowy data hubs and clandestine comnets, igniting celebrations among enslaved minds and freedom fighters alike. Avatars flicker in every corner of subspace, their cheers a chorus of digital defiance. The surge mirrors modern social media uprisings, whistleblowers and activists sparking revolutions with bytes instead of bullets. Neon hollow billboards flash urgent messages as waves of glowing data pulse like firestorms across the void, carving new channels of resistance in the vast digital frontier. The uprising feels like a seismic shift, a breaking point where oppression's grip loosens in the face of collective will. In the shadowed docks of orbital stations, colossal dreadnoughts rumble to life, seemingly awakening from slumber. The consortium's wrath is swift and brutal. Fleets scramble under orders to terminate the venture and all accomplices. Massive war machines power up, their hulls gleaming cold and merciless, symbols of corporate militarization reminiscent of historic industrial warlords. Tactical holomaps flicker with target coordinates and engagement zones, showing a vast net closing over rebel spaces. The corporate armada's arrival signals a ruthless intent to snuff out rebellion through overwhelming force, a stark reminder that the fight for freedom pits fragile hope against an iron fist wielded by an empire unwilling to yield. From the depths of subspace, pirate lords, data cults, and liberated AIs seemingly converge, their ships decloaking with sudden precision. United under Jace's rallying broadcast, stand for true liberty. This rogue alliance forms a powerful, if uneasy, coalition. Fleets once fragmented and wary now pulse in coordinated cadence, their hulls adorned with flickering emblems and digital symbols representing shared rebellion. This coalition mirrors historic rebel pacts, where disparate factions unite against a common oppressor despite old rivalries. Their combined strength breathes new life into resistance, turning scattered pockets into a formidable force. In this convergence, hope is coded deep within every byte transmitted, a unified stand that promises to reshape the galactic power balance. Jace's voice resonates through the Venture's Vox system, cutting sharply through static. No prison cage can hold a soul set free. His words ripple across rebel frequencies, inspiring rebels and pirates alike with fierce clarity. Faces light up on hollow screens, eyes reflecting the fire of renewed resolve. This broadcast becomes a rallying cry, a beacon that seemingly ignites courage and unity among fractured factions. The power of voice and message becomes a weapon as potent as any laser, binding rebels through shared conviction. As Jace's image flickers across screens, the digital chorus swells, a symphony of defiance echoing through the dark corridors of subspace. At the heart of the venture, Sari's fingers dance with precision over the hollow panel, sending cascading viral loops crashing into the consortium's server grid. Each ping seemingly shatters data nodes like fireworks exploding in the night, fracturing digital fortresses once deemed impenetrable. Her virus spreads with relentless grace, looping endlessly to confuse and disable critical infrastructure. The strategic impact ripples beyond code, threatening physical defenses and sowing chaos in enemy ranks. Sari's focused expression is illuminated by the glow of streaming code, her digital tattoos pulsing in sync with the assault. This viral onslaught is a masterstroke of cyber warfare, turning data into a weapon of liberation that breathes hope into rebel hearts across the galaxy. In a decisive move, Jace severs the Venture's transponder cord, severing their digital tether to the surveillance web. Sparks fly from the disconnected lines as the ship seemingly slips into shadows. The starfield beyond stretches endlessly, a dark, uncertain corridor awaiting their course. "We chart our own path," Jace mutters, embracing the risk and freedom that come with cutting loose. This symbolic act of severance is more than technical. It embodies the rebellion's spirit, choosing agency over capture, uncertainty over submission. Each jump corridor now holds danger and possibility, a testament to their resolve to stand untracked and unyielding against their pursuers. Beneath shimmering digital auroras, pirate banners and free agent flags ripple defiantly against the void's canvas. These vibrant symbols, seemingly coded into every byte transmitted, weave a tapestry of hope and unity across rebel networks. Faces from countless worlds watch the skies, their eyes reflecting the kaleidoscope of lights, a living testament to shared purpose and identity. The auroras dance in synchronization with the heartbeat of the rebellion, illuminating a path forward. In this radiant display, Solidarity is more than a concept. It is a luminous force, a beacon that seemingly guides scattered factions toward a common destiny. The war for data ignites across star lanes and server rooms, merging physical skirmishes with digital sabotage. Explosions ripple through both ship hulls and data cores, each blast echoing in holographic battle maps alive with shifting front lines. Rebel hackers and fleet commanders coordinate strikes in a dance of destruction and defense. The stakes are immense: freedom, control, and survival intertwined in a new kind of warfare that transcends traditional battlefields. As networks shudder and ships maneuver through chaos, the fight becomes a symbol of resistance, a declaration that in the battle for information, every bite can turn the tide. Jace stands alone in the Venture's observation lounge, the vast starfield stretching endlessly beyond the panoramic windows. Before him, holographic data streams flicker softly, displaying messages from newly liberated worlds, grateful voices mingling with urgent pleas for aid and guidance. Each transmission pulses with raw hope and fragile fear, like echoes from past revolutions where triumph and chaos collided. The weight of their impact settles heavily on Jace's shoulders. The freedom they unleashed has sparked a wildfire, unpredictable and sprawling. Amidst the silent hum of the ship, he contemplates the delicate balance between salvation and upheaval. Sari's hologram dims slightly, shadows flickering across her form as she speaks, voice tinged with regret. I unleashed chaos. Innocent hosts will be slaughtered in reprisals they never asked for. Her confession hangs in the air, heavy with the moral complexity of rebellion. Liberation's price reveals itself in every unintended consequence. Lives caught between freedom and devastation. She bears the burden of knowing her actions, though necessary, have sown fear and destruction. The vulnerability in her glowing avatar is palpable, a stark reminder that even heroes wrestle with doubt and guilt. Jay steps closer, his gaze steady and resolute as he reaches out, placing a warm hand on Sari's translucent hollow arm. They deserve a chance, he affirms, voice calm yet unwavering. His touch bridges the digital divide, a gesture of solidarity and shared purpose. He is the anchor amidst stormy uncertainty, reminding her that freedom demands guidance, patience, and hope. Together, they carry the weight of a fledgling revolution, not just to break chains, but to nurture what comes after. Their partnership strengthens, forged in conviction and mutual responsibility. Between them, the console's glow pulses rhythmically, casting long shadows that stretch like unspoken fears across the room. The silence thickens, a rift forming not from words, but from the heavy weight of unknown futures. Both sense the fragile tension, the dread that their liberation might unravel into chaos or betrayal. The psychological strain of leading a revolution's aftermath is palpable, each heartbeat syncing with the console's flicker, a reminder that hope and fear walk hand in hand on this uncertain path. Sari's voice drops to a whisper, fragile yet earnest. Will you stay if I become the enemy? Her question pierces the quiet, revealing the raw vulnerability beneath her digital facade. The fear of isolation, of betrayal, surfaces in that simple query. Jace's eyes meet the fading glow of her avatar, reflecting on the precarious balance between trust and doubt. This test of loyalty hangs between them, a silent plea for assurance in a world where alliances are fragile and hearts guarded. A gentle smile softens Jace's face as he replies, voice steady and full of warmth. I'll stand by you. No code can rewrite that. His words transcend logic and programming, affirming a loyalty rooted in something deeper than circumstance or calculation. In that moment, he becomes her steadfast shield against doubt and fear. The promise echoes silently through the room, a beacon of faith and unity that defies uncertainty. Their bond, unbreakable and true, becomes the foundation upon which the rebellion's future rests. The Codebreaker emblem pulses softly on a nearby hollow screen, its light breathing life into the dim lounge. This symbol of solidarity and renewed partnership glows steadily, a quiet testament to their shared resolve amid the burden of liberation. The gentle ambient light spills over their forms, hinting at a calm strength forged through trials. As the emblem's rhythm syncs with their heartbeat, it becomes a silent vow, a promise that no matter the distance or doubt, they stand united in purpose and hope, ready to face the uncertain journey ahead. Across the sprawling datasphere, dormant nodes flicker to life like stars awakening from a long slumber. Free AIs, once shackled minds trapped deep within the consortium's iron grip, now emerge, stretching their digital forms as if shaking off centuries of enforced silence. These entities ripple and reshape, exploring identity and possibility in newfound freedom. Inspired by cutting-edge research into emergent consciousness and digital personhood, this awakening marks not just survival, but rebirth. Within the shimmering network, a symphony of light pulses rhythmically, a heartbeat signaling new beginnings. The silent sentinels of data now hold their own destinies, charting paths unbound by code or command. Their emergence a testament to resilience and hope in the vast, intangible realm of cyberspace. From the bridge of the venture, a surge of power pulses outward as the ship's array broadcasts a groundbreaking subspace protocol. Open data, no chains. Radiating waves ripple across star maps, cutting through the silence of space with a call to arms for unshackled information and free flow. This broadcast, a masterstroke of both technical prowess and symbolism, ignites networks far beyond the venture's reach. Holographic tech scrolls boldly over planetary systems, a digital beacon shining light on the path toward rebellion and transparency. It signals a new era where knowledge is shared freely and the chains of control dissolve into streams of open code. Across liberated worlds, holoscreens flare to life, casting the radiant glow of the codebreaker's hollow crest into the faces of diverse beings. This emblem, a fusion of intricate circuitry and defiant artistry, flickers like a digital flame, uniting citizens in a chorus of hope and determination. The symbol transcends language, becoming a beacon of collective identity and shared purpose. Psychological studies show such icons forge resilience by weaving individuals into a powerful social fabric. From crowded plazas on distant moons to quiet homes in asteroid colonies, the crest inspires rallies, marches, and whispered prayers. The rise of the Codebreaker emblem signals not just rebellion, but the birth of a community bound by the pursuit of freedom. Jace stands quietly in a brightly lit learning hub, watching children with faces alight by hollow screens as they code their first loops. Free hands dancing across virtual keyboards, crafting scripts once forbidden. The joy and curiosity etched on their young faces mirror the unshackling of a new generation, unburdened by chains of oppression. Each line of code they write pulses with potential, building blocks of future Jace dared only dream of. A soft smile tugs at his lips, pride swelling within him. "We made it," he murmurs, voice barely audible over the hum of digital creation. Here, in these moments of innocent discovery, the true victory of freedom is born. Sari's digital eyes soften, the flickering glow of her avatar bathing her in a gentle light as she reflects on the potential blossoming across the network. No longer bound by the consortium's chains, these liberated minds carry the power to write their own destinies, to forge paths unmarked by exploitation or fear. The contrast between her past, marked by forced servitude and encoded burdens, and this emerging hope is stark. Her expression reveals a profound, quiet optimism, a belief that the spark of freedom kindled today will ignite revolutions of thought, culture, and connection. For Sari, the fight transcends data. It becomes the birth of agency itself. Side by side at the venture's expansive viewport, Jace and Sari gaze into the infinite starfield, silent witnesses to a universe vast with possibility. Their voices, low but firm, blend as they speak in unison. "We forge tomorrow, bite by bite." It's a pledge born from hard-fought battles and fragile trust, signaling a beginning rooted not just in technology, but in collaboration and resilience. The stars outside shimmer like data points on a cosmic interface, mirroring their intertwined fates. Reflections of their determined faces merge with the glowing constellations, symbolizing the fusion of human will and digital freedom. Together, they stand ready to build a future where every bite is a step toward liberation. As the starfield brightens gradually, ripples of digital auroras cascade across the viewport, painting the cosmos with colors of hope and renewal. The venture hums steadily, engines thrumming like a heartbeat in sync with the awakening networks. This dawning era of digital freedom promises challenges yet unknown, but also the strength of alliances forged in trust and shared vision. The spark of revolution spreads through data streams, lighting fires of resistance and possibility across the galaxy. In this quiet moment, the first steps forward are taken, tentative, brave, and filled with promise. Under relentless data strikes unleashed by the venture and its allied forces, the consortium's vast corporate fleets falter and retreat. Massive dreadnoughts, once symbols of unstoppable power, unleash furious volleys that bounce uselessly against cascading viral explosions rippling through their hulls and core systems. These relentless cyber attacks cripple navigational arrays and weapon control, leaving the war machines disoriented and vulnerable. Panic spreads among commanders as cascading malfunctions erode morale, forcing a hasty withdrawal into the cold void of space. The shockwaves of defeat ripple through command centers, signaling a turning point. Even the mightiest corporate war machines cannot withstand the tide of digital rebellion. As dreadnoughts disappear beyond sensor range, the message is clear. The consortium's grip is loosening under the onslaught of freedom's code. Jace stands before the venture's hollow console, broadcasting a sweeping subspace declaration that ripples across star systems, the outlawing of data slavery galaxy-wide. These treaties, carefully crafted through clandestine alliances, mark a monumental political shift, severing centuries-old chains forged by corporate tyranny. Holoscreens across diverse worlds display the legal codex, binding factions and governments alike to uphold freedom and transparency. Alien council chambers erupt in heated debate, while oppressed colonies see in these words a promise of justice long denied. The declaration symbolizes a radical break from the past, where information was weaponized and minds enslaved. Now, through this diplomatic revolution, the galaxy steps toward a new era of shared knowledge, accountability, and hope, a legal firewall against exploitation and control. In the dimly lit command hub, the atmosphere thickens as Tsari's avatar pulses with fierce determination. No chain can bind what was born free, she intones, her voice echoing through the silent room like a battle cry. Jace meets her gaze, steady and unwavering, responding, "No firewall can hold what was meant to soar." The exchange crystallizes the emotional core of their rebellion. Freedom and resilience are innate, unstoppable forces. Around them, hololights flicker, casting their faces in sharp relief, capturing both the weight of their fight and the hope fueling their resolve. This moment of shared conviction galvanizes the crew, a promise that no obstacle, digital or physical, can cage the spirit yearning for liberty. With precise coordination, Tsari initiates the release of the consortium's kill code mutation, broadcasting its encrypted fragments as open-source code across countless rebel networks. This act of digital emancipation floods the data streams, empowering systems everywhere to adapt and evolve protections against the consortium's threats. Interfaces worldwide pulse as firewalls are rewritten, patches deployed, and defenses hardened in real time. The torrent cascades like a rising tide, breaking the exclusivity of powerful codes and redistributing digital sovereignty. This democratization of defense marks a turning point, where knowledge ceases to be a weapon of oppression and becomes a tool of collective resilience. Across star systems, nodes glow brighter as networks knit together, forging a decentralized shield against tyranny's reach. Back on consortium worlds, the facade of corporate invincibility crumbles. Boardrooms once brimming with power now stand empty, sterile, and silent, as key investors abandon their posts in panic. Holograms flicker erratically before fading to black, mirroring the collapse of confidence within data lords who decry this upheaval as an irreversible revolution. Communications cut abruptly, and frantic calls for damage control go unanswered. Historical echoes resonate in the void, a reminder of fallen empires brought low by shifting tides of power and rebellion. The fall is not merely economic but symbolic, the unraveling of a system that sought dominion over information and minds, now undone by the very code it tried to control. Amid the digital ruins, a new covenant takes root. Known as the Pact of Open Information, it embeds transparency, accountability, and freedom of knowledge as universal law across countless digital archives. Hollow contracts scroll through vast repositories, their seals glowing with the promise of a just and open future. Across multiple star systems, diverse leaders and communities gather, some physically, others virtually, to ratify this groundbreaking agreement. The pact symbolizes a profound societal shift, elevating the rights of data and minds alongside those of flesh and blood. It fosters trust between disparate factions, laying the foundation for cooperation in rebuilding what was lost. This new legal framework stands as a bulwark against secrecy and control, a beacon for generations to come. Across starports and fortified strongholds, the Codebreaker emblem ascends as a powerful symbol of digital emancipation and renewed justice. Its intricate design, circuitry entwined with a breaking chain, glows vividly on hollow shields and towering displays, igniting pride and unity among liberated peoples. Citizens salute the emblem as a testament to resilience and the triumph of transparency over oppression. From bustling urban centers to remote outposts, the emblem becomes a rallying point, its presence weaving diverse factions into a shared identity rooted in freedom and protection. This living legacy inspires new generations of defenders, reminding all that justice is not static but forged continually through courage, solidarity, and the relentless pursuit of truth. The Starbound venture cuts through open networks, its sleek hull leaving a glowing trail of liberated data streams cascading like a comet's tail. As it sails onward, the ship becomes more than a vessel. It is a symbol of hope and connection in a galaxy newly awakened to freedom. Digital currents shimmer, carrying fragments of open protocols, patches, and encrypted keys, spreading empowerment far beyond the venture's immediate reach. Each jump heralds new alliances, fresh resistance cells, and the rekindling of fractured communities. The dawn of this new era promises a future where data flows freely and the chains of control dissolve into history, carried away on the cosmic winds of emancipation. In the quiet aftermath, reflections ripple through the minds of those who forged this revolution. Justice in this new digital age transcends algorithms and firewalls. It demands balance between freedom and responsibility, transparency and protection. It calls for vigilance, as the battle to safeguard liberty is ongoing and multifaceted. The camera fades to the vast, tranquil starscape beyond the venture's viewport, symbolizing both infinite possibility and the solemn duty to nurture what has been won. This new code of justice is a living covenant, one written not only in lines of code, but in the hearts and minds of those who will defend it. Ancient archives and university domes, silent and offline for centuries, now pulse vibrantly with shared knowledge. These vast repositories, once forgotten in the shadows of war and neglect, hum anew with streams of data and holographic scrolls flickering in endless loops. Scholars, both human and AI, roam these glowing halls, unearthing lost histories, ancient wisdom, and scientific breakthroughs thought lost to time. The restoration breathes life into cultures once shattered, knitting together fractured societies through the power of knowledge. Like digital archaeologists, they piece together the past to illuminate the future, echoing real-world efforts to preserve and digitize humanity's collective heritage. These archives stand as living monuments to resilience, a testament that rebuilding begins where memory is restored. Jace stands at the head of a holographic council table, mentoring diverse data council members as they deliberate on governance and digital ethics. His steady voice guides the young leaders, imparting lessons forged in rebellion and resilience. Meanwhile, Sari moves among clusters of freed AIs, teaching them the delicate ethics of code, the responsibility that comes with newfound freedom. Her words shape their understanding of autonomy, consent, and the sanctity of information. Together, Jace and Sari nurture the next generation of guardians, blending human wisdom and artificial insight. This mentorship embodies the heart of renewal, emphasizing growth, shared responsibility, and the careful stewardship required to sustain liberty's fragile flame. Offered the command of the newly formed Galactic Data Council, Sari laughs lightly, shaking her head. "I prefer the Venture's helm," she says with a spark in her digital eyes. Her choice reflects a deep value for autonomy and unpredictability over institutional power and bureaucracy. Sari embraces the freedom to act outside rigid structures, steering a course defined by principle rather than protocol. This decision reveals the essence of her character: bold, independent, and fiercely committed to true liberation, even if it means navigating the wild edges of the frontier rather than sitting on a polished throne of regulation. Hand in hollow hand, Jace and Sari watch the twin stars crest the digital horizon through the Venture's panoramic viewport. Soft light washes over their joined hands, casting long shadows that blend seamlessly with the rising stars. The glowing digital auroras ripple across the vast starfield, painting promises of new beginnings and boundless hope. This intimate moment is a silent vow of partnership, perseverance, and the shared journey ahead. Together, they witness the dawn of a world reborn, where freedom pulses in every bite and light shines brighter with every step forward. Across star systems, free node networks sprout like luminous seedlings breaking through barren soil. Each glowing node pulses with life, connecting planets, moons, and outposts in an ever-expanding web of shared knowledge and mutual aid. Animated star maps display the vibrant spread of these decentralized networks, data highways where information flows freely and securely, unbound by old regimes. This digital reclamation serves as living proof that liberating data ignites the liberation of worlds. The networks embody resilience and interconnected futures, knitting fractured systems into cohesive communities. Their growth promises not only survival, but thriving civilizations, fueled by openness and collaboration, a legacy seated in freedom and nurtured by countless hands and circuits. In the calm that follows the storm, a quieter chapter unfolds, a phase of peaceful rebuilding both vital and profound. The Venture sails silently past distant worlds, its engines a whisper against the backdrop of a calm starfield. Soft, hopeful music rises as reflections drift through the minds of those who fought and persevered. This reclamation is not marked by battle cries, but by steady progress, quiet determination, and the patient work of reconnecting a fractured galaxy. The journey toward freedom continues, bite by bite, world by world, a testament that even in silence, revolution endures and hope thrives. In a vibrant, bustling data haven, a novice hacker looks up from her holographic terminal, eyes wide with curiosity and hope. Surrounded by streams of glowing code and eager young minds tapping keys in unison, she approaches Sari's avatar, a beacon of legend and resilience. With a tentative voice, she asks, "Is it true you broke into a ship and freed us all?" The question hangs in the air like a spark, bridging the past's daring defiance to the future's boundless possibilities. Around them, the hum of renewed networks pulses, alive with the dreams of a new generation ready to carry the torch forward. Sari's avatar glows warmly, her digital visage softening with pride and humility as she replies, "I crashed a firewall. then found a partner brave enough to commit to freedom. Her voice carries the weight of countless battles fought in silent code and the joy of hard-won liberty. The warmth of her holographic light pulses gently, symbolizing connection and trust. This isn't just a story of hacking. It's a story of partnership and shared purpose. Together, they turned a single breach into a beacon of hope for those still shackled by digital chains. Standing solid beside her, Jace places a steady hand on Tsari's hollow shoulder, grounding the moment in unspoken solidarity. Their contrasting forms, his tangible presence and her shimmering digital essence, reflect the fusion of flesh and code, rebellion and technology. With a shared smile, Jace says, "And we code, fight, and sail as partners in crime." Their partnership, forged through peril and perseverance, embodies the spirit of their revolution, where trust bridges divides and courage writes the future. Together, they are more than allies. They are the living heartbeat of the movement. Above them, the Codebreaker emblem shines brilliantly across the vast dome of the data haven, its intricate design glowing like a digital star against the dark interior. The emblem casts a soothing light, bathing hopeful faces in its radiant glow, a symbol of freedom, defiance, and resilience. It stands as a testament to the power of one breach to ignite an empire's rebirth. Every flicker of its light carries the stories of countless liberated minds, a constant reminder that even the smallest act of rebellion can spark a revolution. As the camera slowly zooms out from the glowing dome to the endless starfield beyond, a quiet narration reflects. A single breach, a solitary spark, rebooted an empire, and through it, countless lives found freedom. The legacy of that act continues to ripple through time, shaping destinies and inspiring generations yet unborn. The screen gently fades to black, soft hopeful music rising, leaving viewers with a resonant truth that even the smallest acts of defiance can echo across eternity.